to Wilderspool Stadium for the Slalom Lager First Division Championship match between Warrington and St Helens. The teams are already on the pitch and they are as follows. The Warrington side, number 1 Brian Johnson, number 2 Brian Carbett, number 3 Paul Cullen, number 4 Phil Blake, number 5 Rick Thackeray, number 6 Ken Kelly, number 7 Andy Gregory, number 8 Kevin Tomasi, number 9 Tony Hodson, number 10 Bob Jackson, number 11 Bob Eccles, number 12 Mark Roberts, and number 13 Alan Rathbone. The substitutes for Warrington are Mark Foster and Billy McGinter. The St Helens side, number 1 Phil Vivers, number 2 Barry Ledger, number 3 Mark Ely, number 4 Brett French, at 5 Ross Conlon, number 6 Paul Laughlin, number 7 Steve Peters, number 8 Gary Grienke, at 9 Dave Harrison, number 10 Peter Gawley, at 11 Bernard Dwyer, number 12 Paul Farber, number 13 Sean Allen, and the substitutes for St Helens are Mark Bailey and Dennis Sutherland. The referee is Mr Allett and the linesman Mr Greenhalgh and Mr Lightfoot. Well, the teams have already met once this season, early on this season, at Knowsley Road, where St Helens were the victors by 12 points to 6. A very cold day here at Wilderspool after the heavy snow we've had during the week. That's now all cleared and the match can get underway. The two captains, Ken Kelly and Peter Gawley, tossing the coin. And the teams will stay as they are. So it'll be St Helens to start the match, kicking from left to right on your screens in the blue strip. That was Paul Laughlin hitting the ball at Andy Gregory, and that's Warrington's ball. Tony Hodson. This time it's Bob Jackson. Out to Alan Rathbone. Rathbone straightens up. 2 men in the tackle, still going, finally being pushed back. Bernard Dwyer in the tackle for St Helens. This time it's Tony Hodson acting halfback to Gregory. Out to Ken Kelly. Long pass out to Phil Blake. Phil Blake cuts inside, but Brett French just stops the progress of Phil Blake. This time it's Ken Kelly acting halfback. Bob Eccles, first touch since injury. Sets 3 St Helens players to bring him down. Ken Kelly once again acting halfback. Out to Gregory. Gregory jinking. But the pass is dropped as St Helens have the ball. Bernard Dwyer puts St Helens on the attack inside the Warrington half. Sent out left to Paul Farber going forward. He's well tackled by Mark Roberts and Bob Jackson, and a free kick against Mark Roberts. The first free kick of the match to St Helens. And Ross Conlon taking the goal kicking responsibility today for St Helens has the chance to open the scoring. Directly in front of the posts. There is a swirling wind out, making kicking probably very difficult today. Right-footed, and he puts that one to the left of the posts, and Andy Gregory gets it for Warrington, beats one man. Finally brought down by Gary Grienke, but he gets the ball out to Tamati. Tamati's finally stopped by 3 St Helens players. This time with Tony Hodson acting halfback. Sends it out to Gregory, to Kelly. Kelly sees Bob Eccles, finds a gap. Sends it out to Alan Rathbone, but Rathbone's well tackled. Good move there by Wire. This time it's Jackson, sends it right to Ken Kelly. Ken Kelly, no way through. This time it's Tomasi acting halfback. Sends it to Eccles. Eccles with the kick downfield. Russ Conlon has this one covered. Goes forward. Paul Cullen and Mark Roberts in the tackle bring him down just before he reaches the halfway line. This time it goes left. Paul Laughlin, this time for St Helens, reaches the halfway line. Once again, St Helens sends it left. This time it's Gary Grienke, but a crunching tackle there. And St Helens have lost the ball. Warrington ball. Samity has it for Warrington. Warrington now. Rathbone to Gregory. Gregory to Kelly. Kelly gets off one man, beats another. Kelly, beautiful break. Finally just brought down by Sean Allen, but Kelly beats him. And Warrington now on the attack. Paul Cullen this time, that's a half-back. And offside. Steve Peters. And Paul Lofton offside for St Helens gives Warrington a free kick. And this will give Brian Carbett a chance to open the scoring. Once again, straight in front of the posts, about 35 yards out. Once again, right-footed. And it's a good kick. First point of the afternoon goes to Warrington, a goal kick from Brian Carbett. So just 5 minutes gone of the match, Warrington 2, St Helens 0. St Helens to restart. Paul Laughlin. Once again restarts the match. Right footed once again. Good kick. And just bounces inside. And that's a scrum down inside the Warrington 25. Phil Blake misjudging that kick there. And Paul Laughlin gives a scrum down in the Warrington 25. Andy Gregory this time. It's about Steve Peters who will feed the scrum. Alex, the referee, not happy with it. Samity not in the scrum, and once again Alex satisfied that the ball went in. Peters, and this time it's St Helens ball. But St Helens on the attack. This time it'll be Sean Allen, acting half-back, sends it left to Paul Laughlin. Laughlin goes straight. These three Warrington players in the tackle: Hodgson, Eccles and Rathbone. This time Dave Harrison going forward. Once again St Helens sends it left. Peters, Gawley up in the attack. Good tackle by Mark Roberts. St Helens though still on this Warrington line. This time it's Steve Peters. Chance for St Helens, long pass out to Ross Conlon. And Ross Conlon is in the corner. First try of the match going to St Helens. The try scorer, Ross Conlon. The long floated pass. And St Helens scored the first try. Nice pass by Paul Forber. And Ross Conlon had a simple task and went in easily at the corner. So Ross Conlon now will try and convert his own try. Far out on that far touch line. Difficult kick. Shifting a couple of the ball boys out of the way. And as the ball falls over just as about to kick it, the referee Alex stops the clock. Tries again, right-footed. And just wide of the post, so the score. Warrington 2, St Helens 4. Nick Gregory this time will restart. Kicks deep. First touch of the game there for Mark Elia. Making his debut today for St Helens. Good run by Paul Laughlin. This time it's Steve Peters. That's it on to to Farber, but Farber's being pushed back well. Again, it goes left. This time it's Garley. But Garley's well tackled by Mark Roberts with the help of Eccles and Rathbone. Sean Allen back to Lachlan. Long kick. Brian Johnson's underneath it. Lets it bounce. Goes over the halfway line. Finds the gap. It's 3 men. Goes again. Straight run by Snoop. Just brought down by Phil Beavers. Good tackle from by Brian Johnson. Beat down 3 men. Warrington now on the attack. Gregory to Rathbone. Rathbone to Mark Roberts. Roberts gets the ball back to Rathbone. Rathbone goes straight over the 25. Finally brought down by Steve Peters and Peter Garley. Warrington now in the same 25. Mark Roberts this time matching half-back. To Gregory. Gregory cuts back inside, goes straight. Still going. Finally brought down. This time with Tony Hodgson. To Kelly. Kelly to Jackson. Jackson's well tackled. Bernard Dwyer. And Paul Lachlan. Kelly again once more. Goes himself. Out to Gregory. Gregory inside to Bob Eccles. Bob Eccles going straight. And he's on the line. Just brought down. But the forward pass. Bob Eccles charging through his pass to Paul Cullen was judged forward by referee Allett. But a good movement there by Warrington. Scrum down in front of the St Helens post. Steve Peters this time will feed. Still not happy with the scrum. Peters feeds wide to ball. Gregory to Rathbone to Phil Blake. Phil Blake cuts inside. Gets it out. Rick Thackeray. But forward pass. Good move there by Warrington. Gregory slick pass to Rathbone. Sent it out to Phil Blake. But his pass to Rick Thackeray was forward. Once again, Allett moving the scrums back. Peters to feed once more, and a free kick to St Helens. Loose arm. So St Helens will relieve some pressure. Paul Lachlan puts the ball into touch. So St Helens this time coming out with Gary Grienke. This time Big Peters sends it out to Sean Allen, but Allen's well tackled by Rathbone and Jackson, pushing him back well. Once again Peters out to Lachlan. Nice pass inside to Paul Farber and a free kick. And attempted punch thrown there. And another free kick to St Helens. This game, Paul Lachlan puts this one into touch. It's another 10 yards or so for St Helens. Harrison inside to Grienke. Makes it inside the Warrington half. This time will be Garley going forward. Shrugs off Timothy, but Jackson's there to tackle. Once again it's Peters. Looks for a gap, but Hodgson and Rathbone in the tackle. Skate goes right with Lachlan. Lachlan with the kick. Rick Thackeray and Johnson have it. Rick Thackeray takes it. Goes straight. But good tackle by French and Ledger. This time it's Gregory out to Kelly. Kelly to Mark Roberts. Mark Roberts doesn't make much ground this time. It's Kelly going straight out to Tamati. Tamati starts, plays it back to Rathbone. Rathbone can find no way through. Once again, Tony Hodgson acting half-back, keeps his place after the Wigan performance. This time it's Tamati. Throws the ball back to Jackson. Jackson going forward. Makes it into the St Helens side. Rushing soon, but now still going. Finally brought down by Barry Ledger and Phil Beavers. This time Rick Thackeray acting half-back. Rick Thackeray, long pass out to Gregory. Gregory to Kelly. Nice flowing move to Eccles. Eccles finally tackled though by Mark Elio. And a free kick to St Helens. Defender Mark Roberts for crossing. Gives St Helens another free kick. This time they decide to tap. Peter Garley going forward. Well tackled though by Bob Eccles. Harrison to Grienke. And this time he gives offside against Tony Hodgson and Bob Eccles. Once again, another free kick to St Helens. This time Phil Vivas takes it. So St Helens making ground into the Warrington half. This time by Harrison to Grienke. Coming forward is Paul Forber. Good tackling and pushing Paul Forber back. Rathbone, Mark Roberts and Tamata in their tackle. Saints this time. This time it's Sean Allen. But no way through at the moment for St Helens. This time it goes right. Dwyer on to French, but great tackle by Phil Blake. Pushes French into touch with the help of Thackeray and Rathbone.
Here is a police message. There is a black Ford Escort car parked in Mersey Street with the burglar alarm sounding.
So it's come down just inside the Warrington half. Andy Gregory this time will feed. Once again, referee Allen not happy with the scrums. As a repack, and this time another free kick to St Helens. Kevin Tamata, put the defender there. As Paul Loughlin puts that one into touch. This time it's Gawley. Gawley's well tackled. This time it's Grienke going forward, but Tamati and Andy Gregory in the tackle. Peters once more to Loughlin. Back to Peters, long pass out. This time it's Paul Loughlin going through. Loughlin drops the ball. And the referee gives a knock on. And a scrum down. Gregory feeds. And offside. There's Paul Loughlin and Brett French. Gives Warrington a free kick. Brian Carvett being called over to put this one into touch. Right footed. There's a ball kick and Barry Ledger knocks on.
Rubbish, Carvett!
So scrum down halfway between the 25 and halfway line. And that knock off from Barry Ledger as Brian Carvett failed to put that one into touch. Once again, it'll be Andy Gregory, this time to feed. Kelly. But Kelly's well tackled by Loughlin. This will be Alan Rathbone. Rathbone goes left, comes back inside, but Paul Loughlin has him tackled well. This time it's Hodgson to Gregory. Gregory to Tamati. Tamati out to Rick Thackeray, takes that one well, comes back inside. Finally taken down by Gawley. Gregory once more to Jackson. Jackson drives in, makes it to the 25. Warrington now. Gregory to Eccles. Back to Gregory. Gregory out to Ken Kelly. Ken Kelly looks for the gap, makes it to the St Helens half. 25. This time it's Rathbone. This is the last tackle to Gregory. Gregory knocks on. And Paul Forber gets the ball for St Helens. This time it's Bernard Dwyer going forward as St Helens send it left. This time it's Peter Gawley. Gawley, good run. This time it's Grienke. Nice pass out to Ross Conlon, but Brian Carvett has him well covered with the help of Bob Eccles and pushes Ross Conlon easily into touch. Just over a quarter of an hour gone in the first half. Warrington 2, St Helens 4. We have a scrum down on the halfway line. Behind Gregory to feed. And it's a St Helens ball, but Warrington well hooked back by Tony Hodgson. Kelly looks for the gap. Just can't get away there from Paul Loughlin. This time it's Paul Cullen to Gregory. Gregory to Phil Blake. Phil Blake still going. Just can't get away though from Sean Allen. This time it's Bob Jackson going forward. Once again, a good tackle from Bernard Dwyer. This time it's talented to Gregory. Gregory to Kelly. Kelly's beaten well. This time it's Hodson. Gets the ball away there well, Kelly. Hodson still going. Finally brought down. Paul Cullen this time, that's in half back to Gregory. Gregory cuts back inside, gets the ball out, but Paul Cullen drops it. And Hodson retrieves it for Warrington, but not caught. Lot of handling mistakes at the moment by both sides as we have no scrum down. Steve Peters to feed. Once again, Allett not satisfied with the scrums. Peters feeds. And it's a St Helens ball. Paul Loughlin, but Ken Kelly in the tackle with Alan Rathbone. This time it's Paul Thorber going forward. This time it's Gawley. He's well tackled, but he manages to get the ball away to Darren Harrison. Saints now this time, it's Bernard Dwyer, sends it left. Peters, nice pass out. This time Phil Vevers up in the attack, but Cullen has him well tackled with Andy Gregory. This time Mark Elia, but there's nobody there. And Paul Cullen has him well tackled. That's 5 tackles for St Helens, 6 tackle. And the ball's loose, and it's Warrington ball. Kevin Tamati retrieving the ball for Warrington. This time Tony Hodson out to Kelly, to Gregory, to Eccles. Eccles looks for a gap, just can't get past Bernard Dwyer. This time it's Gregory. Gregory to Phil Blake, took it well. Phil Blake looking for a gap, gets it out to Brian Johnson. Brian Johnson going straight, gets it out to Tamati, back inside to Tony Hodson. Tony Hodson, but the final pass is well taken. Well knocked out there by Russ Conlon. A good forward move there from Warrington, sending the ball across the line. Andy Gregory once again to feed. And it's a Warrington ball. Poor pass out, but Brian Johnson takes it well for Warrington. Good run, takes play into the St Helens 25. This time it's Kelly, sends it left with Rathbone. Rathbone going straight, takes 3 St Helens players to bring it now, gets the ball out to Kelly. Rathbone takes it out to Mark Roberts, this time it's Thackeray to Kelly. Inside to Bob Eccles. Bob Eccles, the pass is given offside against Tony Hodson. And a free kick to St Helens. Halfway through the first half. And Phil Vevers, the ball into touch for St Helens. Dave Harrison to Grienke, but good tackle by Tony Hodson and Bob Eccles. St Helens then trying to clear the lines. So Dave Harrison sends it to Farber. Farber makes it over the 25 before he's taken down by Kevin Tamata. This time it's Peters. Peters, but he's well tackled by Jackson and Hodson. Harrison once more acting half-back, this time for St Helens. But St Helens not sending it out this time. Mark Elia gets it out to Ross Conlon. Conlon on attack, but he's well tackled by Brian Carr. It takes play into the Warrington half. That's 5 tackles, 6 tackles this time. A kick ahead. Brian Johnson will have this one covered. Shrugs off one man, shrugs off another, makes it over the 25. Good run by Brian Johnson, clears the lines for Warrington. This time it's Gregory. Out to Kelly. Kelly Beats one man, still going on the 25, shrugs off Peters. But it's finally brought down. Phil Blake this time acting half-back. Sends it back to Rick Thackeray. Rick Thackeray with the kick downfield. A long kick with the assistance of the wind. Phil Vevers will take this one. His own touch and goal. Phil Vevers comes forward. Hasn't made much ground before he's tackled by Bob Jackson and Matt Roberts. This time it's Ledger to Farber. This time it'll be Harrison to Greinke. Greinke makes good ground for Helens before he's tackled. This time it goes left once more with Garley. Garley captain in the absence of Pinner. Once again it goes left with Farber. Farber pass out to Conlon. Dubious forward pass. Conlon going himself, carve it into Wheeler. Good tackle though by Johnson. Well, a bit dubious about that pass. It looked a bit forward to me, but St Helens now. That's 5 tackles, 6 tackle. Conlon to Peters. Out to Garley. Garley to Lachlan. Lachlan going forward, back inside. Good chance here for St Helens out. But Mike Healy is finally brought down. Sean Allen, sorry, and that's a turnover. This time it's Tamerton. Ken Kelly this time acting half-back. This time it's Alan Rathbone going forward. He's finally brought down by Paul Lachlan. Kevin Tamerton this time acting half-back. Gives it to Gregory. Gregory with the kick ahead. And he was tripped by Paul Lachlan as he went through. As St Helens make the first substitution of the match, Paul Lachlan is coming off. And Mike Bailey is coming on, but the referee is not satisfied as Ken Kelly on the other attack this into the St Helens half. Paul Cullen this time will take it. Acting half-back sends it out to Rathbone. Rathbone straightens up. Gets the ball out to Tony Hodgson. Paul Cullen shrugging off as Andy Gregory comes forward, still going forward. Only 2 come down by 2 St Helens players. This time once again it's Paul Cullen. Out to Bob Eccles. Bob Eccles drops the ball, but it's out to Ken Kelly. Ken Kelly with the kick over. Once again it's fouled. Once again, it's Steve Peters who's been called across. So Steve Peters has been talking to by the referee, and a free kick to Warrington as St Helens this time will make the substitution. Paul Lachlan will come off, and Matt Bailey comes on. So Brian Carbett will try and kick his second goal of the afternoon to tie the scores. Just to the left of the posts. Right-footed. And he puts that one wide. So the score remains Warrington 2, St Helens 4. And St Helens will drop out from their own 25. Phil Vevers. Low cross, well taken by Mark Roberts. This time it's Rathbone to Gregory. Juggles but gets it out to Tamerty. Tamerty can't take it. And St Helens have the ball with Steve Peters. This time it's Paul Farber. Once again tackled by Tony Hodgson and Bob Jackson. This time it's Harrison. This time St Helens send it across the line. Substitute Mark Bailey, but Ken Kelly has him well tackled. This time it's Sean Allen. Bob Eccles and Alan Rathbone in the tackle well. That's the 5th tackle for St Helens. 6 6th tackle, Bailey. St Helens playing it out, and Alan Rathbone is being penalised by the referee. And he's taking the name of Alan Rathbone for the tackle on Bernard Dwyer. Alan Rathbone protesting to the referee, but it won't do much good, and Alan Rathbone's name goes into the referee's notebook. St Helens tap it and Mark Bailey goes forward, but he's well tackled. Harrison, acting half-back, sends it left to Garley. Garley running straight, gets the ball out to Bailey. St Helens on the attack inside the Warrington half. This time it's Peters, they send it across the line well. Sean Allen. Still going, finally brought down by Roberts with the help of Rathbone and Eccles. This time it's Paul Farber. And Alan Rathbone is being sent off the field. And Kevin Allett sending Alan Rathbone off the field. Kevin Allett still pointing. Alan Rathbone protesting to the referee. Mark Roberts and Ken Kelly having to pull him away. Rathbone protesting with Tony Barrow, but Alan Rathbone walks off the field, being taken off by Tony Barrow. Ken Kelly protesting with the referee, but Warrington reduced to 12 men. On the half hour, Alan Rathbone is sent from the field. So Warrington down to 12 men. And that gives Russ Conlon the chance to add 2 more points to the St Helens score. So Russ Conlon just to the right of the posts, right-footed. And it's a good kick. And that makes the score Warrington 2, St Helens 6. Just over 30 minutes gone of the first half, 10 minutes to go. Warrington reduced to 12 men with Alan Rathbone being sent from the field by Kevin Ellis, as Warrington will restart with Andy Gregory. Kicks deep. Brett French stops it with his feet, retrieves, and he's taken well by Rick Thackeray, Mark Roberts and Tamati. This time Bernard Dwyer on the 25. St Helens now. Peters to Farber. Farber, well tackled. Bob Eccles. This time it's Garley. Garley, Ken Kelly and Bob Eccles in the tackle this time. This time it's Harrison. That's 5 tackles. 6th tackle this time for St Helens. Peters out to Vivers. Vivers with the kick ahead. Brian Carver takes it well, but it's tackled by Elia. Paul Cullen this time acting halfback. Brian Johnson goes forward. Again, Paul Cullen acting halfback to Kelly. Kelly out to Gregory. Gregory to Roberts, but Roberts meets a reception committee as he received that ball. Tamati goes forward for a poor pass, but Gregory retrieves. Still going, takes 3 men to bring him down. And this time a pass, finally. Sean Allen penalised. And this time Gregory with Sean Allen. So this match beginning now to warm the crowd up as Rick Thackeray with the kick for touch. It's a good kick, but the wind takes it back. That's a good kick, but the wind taking it over the dead ball line. Gives St Helens a tap from the 25. The referee says it's a kick, so Phil Beavers will drop out from his own 25. Once again, it's a low one. Bob Jackson takes it well though, goes forward. Still going. Warrington now on the attack, halfway. Henderson Helens half. Tamata sends it out to Cullen, to Kelly. Kelly loses the ball. And St Helens once more have possession. Grienke. Paul Forber. This time it's Harrison. Sends it left. And nice pass out there, Bailey. We just can't break the tackles of Hodgson and Cullen. Once again, St Helens, it's sending left across the line, Forber. But Mark Roberts and Ken Kelly this time in the tackle. Brett French acting halfback to Grienke. But Andy Gregory in the tackle with Bob Eccles. That's the 6th tackle for St Helens. Sean Allen with the kick ahead. Jackson retrieves the ball for Warrington. Warrington to clear the lines once more. Johnson. He's well tackled. Once again, Cullen acting halfback. Tamati. It's about 5 yards before he's brought down. This time it's Jackson. Makes it into the St Helens half. Hodgson once more acting halfback to Gregory. Kelly back to Gregory. Goes pass. But it's recovered well by Mark Roberts, still going. Tries to get the ball back. That's 5 tackles. This time it's a 6th tackle. Gregory to Kelly. Kelly out to Tamati. Tamati with the pass into Cullen. Cullen still going. But that's the 6th tackle and the turnover. St Helens, Harrison. Mark Bailey still going though for St Helens. This game sent left. Peter Garley. And Phil Blake. And Mark Roberts in the tackle. This time it's Forber. 3 players once again in the tackle. Once again it goes left. Switch right to Brett French. Good tackle by Phil Blake and Brian Ledger picks the ball. It's Warrington ball. Mark Roberts retrieves it for Warrington. Back to Rick Thackeray. Rick Thackeray still going, shoots off 2 men, goes across field, good run. Inside to Hodgson, out to Cullen. But Cullen just can't get the ball out, but it's back to Rick Thackeray. Rick Thackeray straightens up and makes it into the St Helens half. Good run by Rick Thackeray. This time it's Samington coming on the burst. Gets the ball out and they lose it. And Rick Thackeray retrieves. Out to Carvett. Carvett comes back to Andy Gregory. Gregory looking for the gap inside to Johnston. Great pass once again. Johnston's got the speed, he's got Phil Blake coming. And Phil Blake takes it for a great try. Once again, Phil Blake scores. Beautifully made by Andy Gregory and Brian Johnston. Gregory once again got the slick pass out to Brian Johnson. Brian Johnson drew the man in. Phil Blake juggled with the ball, but he taken it well. And Phil Blake scores the first try for Warrington this afternoon. So Phil Blake scores his 18th try of the season. Beautifully made by Andy Gregory and Brian Johnson. Gregory with that slick pass out. Johnson, his pace, looking past a couple of defenders, and his pass out to Phil Blake. It's taken well, and a substitution. Billy McGinty warming up. Once again, Carvett. Can't go over Andy Gregory to hold the ball for him. The referee Alec restarts the clock. Brian Carbett. Right footed, and it's a good kick. So that makes the score Warrington 8, St Helens 6 as Warrington make a substitution. Billy McGinty comes on. And Bob Eccles has already left the field as Brian Carbett was taking that kick. So Phil Vivers restarts and Billy McGinty takes his first touch of the ball. And he's tackled by Gary Greenkey on the Warrington 25-yard line. This time it's Tamati coming forward. Sammy Hodson to Gregory. Mark Roberts. This time it's played back to Rick Thackeray. Rick Thackeray with the kick ahead. It looks a good kick. It's a great kick by Rick Thackeray. Warrington play with the wind this half and that kick. It was a good one, beating Russ Conlon. Takes play into the St Helens 25. As we're in the last minute of the first half. And a free kick to Warrington. Peters throwing the ball away. St Helens are penalised for a loose arm. And Gregory will take a tap. Tamati will come in this time. First man. Takes 3 men to bring him down. Warrington on the attack. Can they score another just on the half-time break? Jackson coming forward this time. Hodgson acting half-back this time. To Gregory. To Kelly. Back to Gregory. Inside to Mark Roberts and a great burst of speed takes him over. Once again, Andy Gregory and Ken Kelly combining well. That sends Mark Roberts over for a great try. And once again, just on half-time, Mark Roberts scores a try beautifully made by Ken Kelly and Andy Gregory. Once again, that run-around move from Kelly to Gregory. That's made the gap for Mark Roberts. So Mark Roberts streaks over for a try. So Brian Carbett a chance to kick his third goal of the afternoon. And he does successfully. And at half-time the score is Warrington 14, St Helens 6. A try right on the half-time hooter by Mark Roberts. Mark Roberts' try added to the Phil Blake try, and the goals by Brian Carbett 3. St Helens a try by Ross Conlon and a goal from Ross Conlon. So at half-time the score is Warrington 14, St Helens 6. Warrington 14, St Helens 6. So Andy Gregory to restart the game. After playing with 12 men for the Sunday after Baron Rathbone in the first half. Kick deep, Mark Healy struggles with the ball. Comes forward. Was well tackled by Tony Hodgson. In their own 25. Back to Phil Beavers. Beavers with the kick it forward. Brian Johnson takes it well for Warrington. This time it's Rick Thackeray who goes into the St Helens half of the field. Andy Gregory this time acting half back. Switches it back to Billy McGinty. This time it's Tamati. Tamati's well tackled. Once again, Andy Gregory, acting halfback. Passes out to Kelly. Kelly, long pass out, well taken by Paul Cullen. And Paul Cullen is equally well tackled by Sean Allen. This is a 6th tackle. Played back to Bob Jackson. Bob Jackson with the kick forward. Phil Vivers takes it for St Helens. It was well tackled by Billy McGinty before he reaches the St Helens 25. This time it's David Harrison, good run. Clears his lines for St Helens. This time it's Gawley. Gawley, Tony Hodson, the assistance of Bob Jackson. Bring him down. Okay, it's played left. Sean Allen. But Sean Allen's being pushed back by Ken Kelly and Paul Cullen in the tackle. So it's Grunenke out to Elia. But Elia's well tackled by Andy Gregory and Ken Kelly. 6th tackle this time. Long pass out to Phil Vivers. Nice pass out to David Harrison. And that's 6 tackles and a turnover. It's taken quickly. Tony Hodson goes blindside, but is well tackled by Mark Naylor. Warrington now in the St Helens half. Tamati to Phil Blake. Phil Blake looking for a gap. The ball comes loose and Gregory receives it. Nice pass out to Johnson. Johnson is well tackled by Harrison. This time it's McGinty going forward. Warrington out on the attack. Hodson out to Kelly. Pass out to Roberts. Well, that is a knock-on. And the touch judge is on. It's the greenhouse on that far side. Pointing at both sides. And he calls out Paul Farber. Kevin Allott lecturing Paul Farber there. But doesn't change his decision. Still gets a scrum down. Peters feeds. Feeding, alleged to have been given. So, free get to Warrington. Steve Peters feeding. So, Warrington. Ken Kelly will tap it to Tamati. Tamati runs forward. Andy Gregory once more. So, Bob Jackson. Jackson makes it to St Helens 25. Hodson once again acting halfback, sends it left to Gregory, to Kelly. This time McGinty coming on the burst. Good run. This time it's Hodson. Out to Gregory. Gregory. Pass outside to Kelly. Kelly for the line, going out to Mark Roberts. Mark Roberts good tackle over by Brett French. Warrington now. About 10 yards from St Helens line. Kelly to Gregory. Back to Hodson. 6th tackle this time. Kelly's there. With a kick ahead, and Burry Ledger punches the ball clear, so the Helens will drop out from under their own sticks. So Phil Vivers. Right-footed. Ryan Johnson stops the ball, makes ground then into the St Helens half. And he's tackled halfway between the 25 and halfway line. Damn, it's Phil Blake. Phil Blake goes himself, knocks one man off. Still going. Just trips, gets up again, makes it into the St Helens 25. This time it's Gregory. To Kelly. Kelly looking for the gap. Gets the ball out, but Gregory can't hold it. And St Helens retrieve the ball. This time it's Vivers. Makes it over the 25 before Ken Kelly and Bob Jackson bring him down. time, Peters out to Grenenke, to Brett French. No way through at the moment. This time, Farber. And gets the ball out, but Harrison can't take it, and it's a knock-on. So scrum down, just inside St Helens half. Once again, and Kirby to feed, and it's a Warrington ball. Goes left, Jinx inside. It's brought down. This time it's Phil Blake acting half-back to Tamerty. Tamerty going forward. Takes 3 men to bring him down. Once again, Gregory acting half-back. Sends it left to Hodson. Hodson outside to Johnson. Johnson, long pass out to Rick Thackeray. Rick Thackeray will go in on a post for a simple try. Once again, Brian Johnson linking up well. And an easy chance there for Rick Thackeray to go in unopposed. They make the score Warrington 18, St Helens 6. Applause from the crowd for that try. It makes it 3 tries and 3 goals. Brian Cabot now will try to convert his first goal of the afternoon. Right footed. And he does. Makes the score Warrington 20, St Helens 6. Just under 10 minutes gone in the second half. So the Leaders then to restart. Brian Cabot knocks the ball on. So scrum down, about 5 yards from the Warrington line. Peters will feed. And the scrum collapses and a free kick to St Helens. So Peters sets it, Elia coming on the burst, and nearly got the ball out, but he's well tackled by Bob Jackson. Harrison sends it right to Peters, this time Sean Allen coming on the burst, makes it a couple of yards from the Warrington line. This time it's Peters to Farber, good tackle though by Billy McGinty. Helens though still applying the pressure, Peters to Farber out. St Helens being pushed back at the moment. Once again, Peters acting half-back to Sean Allen. Allen onto Garley, but once again Warrington's tackling is equal to it. And well played there, pushing for Peter Garley back there. Mark Roberts, last tackle this time for St Helens. Played back to Sean Allen. Sean Allen with the kick ahead. Paul Cullen takes it well. Tony Hodson, and a free kick to St Helens. Paul Cullen, a lesser of pushing, obstructing St Helens player, gives St Helens 6 more tackles virtually on the Warrington line. This time it's Grenenke who'll come forward, and he loses. Peters retrieves the ball back. Farber gets the ball out once more. Helens still pressing on the Warrington line. Played right, Peters. But Peters is well tackled by Brian Johnson. Sent left, Harrison dribbles with the ball. Still going, good run. Once again, takes it to play within 5 yards of the Warrington line. Peters once more, sends it out left to Sean Allen. Sean Allen back to Peters. Peters drops the ball. And a free kick offside. He defender Brett French of St Helens. Warrington tap it with Tamata. And his pass is intercepted by Sean Allen. Gives St Helens 6 more tackles in the Warrington 25. This time it's Farber. Out to Peters. Peters straightens up. Once gained. He's well tackled though. But once again St Helens pressing in the Warrington 25. They've had about 14 tackles to withstand Warrington at the moment. And still they're pressing forward St Helens. That was Bernard Dwyer. Goes left with Granenke to Sean Allen. Sees a gap, well tackled though. Con Cullen and Ken Kelly. Once again, St Helens, Granenke. Out to Garley. Garley looking for the gap. 3 men bring him down. This is a 6th tackle once again, Warrington. They've kept St Helens out for 5 more tackles. This is the 6th, it's played out. Long pass out. Barry Ledger. Inside, the ball's loose. And it's well cleared by Rick Thackeray. So Warrington will drop out from under the posts after once again soaking up some St Helens attacking play. So Andy Gregory will drop out. And on the floor, Farber takes it. Takes play once again into the Warrington 25. Once again goes left. This time it's Elia. Elia out to Conlon. Conlon going for the line, but Carver has him well tackled. He gets the ball out. Elia, Kelly has him tackled. And drags him well into it. Once again a good tackle from Ken Kelly. Assisted by Paul Cullen and Andy Gregory. And also Kevin Tomasi. Scrum down, halfway in the Warrington 25. Andy Gregory will feed. And it's a Warrington ball. Still going with 3 men on top of him. Still makes good ground. This time it's Kelly to Jackson. Jackson going forward, head down. Kelly acting halfback. Goes himself, makes it over the 25. This time it's Tamati. Gets the ball out to Brian Johnson. Brian Johnson again going forward, makes some valuable yardage. Hudson to Kelly, to Gregory. Nice pass out to Mark Roberts. Mark Roberts looking free again, looking for support. He gets it out to Jackson. He's got Bill next to him. Jackson there going for the line, and he's passed to Phil Blake. And there's an injury to a St Helens player. Really, that should have been Warrington's 4th try of the afternoon. So the clock stoppers treatment to a St Helens player. But once again, Andy Gregory setting up a break for Mark Roberts, who went through his pass. It was well taken by Jackson. He had Blake on his outside, he went himself, and when he decided to deliver his pass, it was charged down. So St Helens now in their own 25, trying to clear their own 25. Harrison gets the ball out, well taken by Granenke. And 6 more tackles. St Helens reach their own 25. Peters passes out to Paul Farber. This time Sean Allen, but a good tackle by Bob Jackson. Played back to Vivers. Vivers with the kick downfield, and it's a good one. Thackeray's after it, but that will go dead. So Warrington will have attack from their own 25. Gary Gregory to take it as the floodlights come on. Jackson going forward. Gregory once more acting half-back to Kelly. To Roberts. Roberts cuts back inside. Gets it out to Kelly once more. Kelly looks for the break. Comes back inside. Valley tackled by Steve Peters. This time it's Gregory. But Hodgson doesn't take it. And Steve Peters retrieves it for St Helens. This time it's Peter Garley. Garley goes forward. But Cullen and Billy McGinty tackling well. Harrison sends it left. Mark Elio looking for a gap. Still going. Good break there from Mark Elio. A chance here for St Helens in a large overlap over on that far side. And it's going to be Brian Ledger in the corner, but he can't hold the pass. St Helens must have had about a 4 to overlap over that side. They'd taken it across the line, but Ledger just couldn't hold the final pass from Brett French. So it's a scrum down, halfway in the Warrington 25. Warrington 20, St Helens 6, as Gregory feeds, and it's once again St Helens ball. Barry Peters to Ledger. Ledger goes straight. Once again, St Helens on the attack. Inside the Warrington 25, Peters to Farber. Kelly tackles. Goes within 10 yards once again of the Warrington try line. Peters. This time it's Mark Bailey. Harrison out to Sean Allen. Sean Allen going through. Once again, St Helens pressing on the Warrington line. Harrison once again tackled a few inches from the line. This is the 6th tackle. 6th tackle. Played back to Peters. Chance here, and Russ Collins in the corner. So Russ Collins scoring all the points at the moment for St Helens, his 2nd try of the afternoon. Brings St Helens. So once again, he'll try and convert. His own try. Far out on that far touchline. Right footed, but it goes across the face of the post, so the score remains Warrington 20, St Helens 10. About halfway now through the 2nd half. As Warrington will restart, 10 points lead. So Gregory restarts. Paul Cullen unlucky to take it, and Brian Carver pounces on it for Warrington. So Warrington now in possession. Paul Cullen acting half-back to Tamati. Tamati. This time it's Gregory. Gregory looking for a gap, still going. Makes it to the 25, still going. Tony Hodgson this time acting half-back. Will send it left to Tamati, to Kelly. Mark Roberts just couldn't get his pass out there. It's Brian Johnson who's once again linking up. This time it's Kelly to Jackson. Jackson going straight once more. This is his 6th tackle. Played back to Kelly. Kelly with the bomb, but the wind blows it back. And Kelly will take this unopposed. Gives it to Roberts. Roberts with the kick ahead. Phil Weeds is underneath it, and once again the ball taking it back. Kelly has it. It's a jungle and Warrington have the ball. Got the referee once again. Gives a knock on. And a scrum down. In the St Helens 25, Steve Peters will feed. That's a St Helens ball. Peters. Look for Billy McGinty's there and stops him well. Father. Played back this time. But didn't look interested there, did Mark Bailey. This time it's Gawler. But once again, a good tackle. This time Tony Hodson. This time it'll go back to Vivers with the kick ahead. Once again, a long kick. Thackeray and Johnson are there. And Thackeray takes it. Goes across field. Goes straight. This time it's Gregory and offside. Paul Forber and Mark Elio. Defenders there. So Brian Carvett being called across this time. Puts the ball into touch. Halfway between the 25 and halfway line now. Warrington on the attack. This time run around move. Mark Roberts once again coming out on the burst. Tackle well by Peters. And now there's a little scuffle there between Mark Roberts. And the free kick is given to Helens. Retaliation on the part of Mark Roberts. He's calling over Ken Kelly, Andy Gregory. Roberts pulling the roll there. So to Mark Roberts and Sean Allen. But the free kick still goes to St Helens. So Phil Vivers should make good ground with this kick, with the wind. And he does. Puts Warrington back on their own 25-yard line. And puts St Helens once again on the attack. Brunenke coming forward this time. Makes it in just onto the Warrington 25. Sends left Bailey. Run around move. This time it's Forber. A chance there for Brett French. He's got speed, but a good tackle by Paul Cullen. Good tackle there from Cullen as French was through. Helens now on the attack. Brunenke. Once again, Cullen in the tackle. Dwyer. Forber back inside to Sean Allen. Good tackle this time by Mark Roberts. Inches from the Warrington line. Forber. Peters. And once again, there's an overlap chance here. Thackeray Stinson is going to get it. Ledger comes back inside. Still Barry Ledger going, gets the ball out to Peters. Long pass out, and Bob Jackson just couldn't hold the pass. As he went to take that one, Brian Carvett was coming in as well. But that's a scrum down, just inside the Warrington 25. 15 minutes left of the match. Warrington 20, St Helens 10. Peters to feed. And a free kick to St Helens. Peters takes it quickly. Dwyer going through. Good tackle though by Johnson. Puts St Helens once again. On the attacks, goes out right. Conlon back inside. And ball goes out and it's a knock on. Once again, another scrum down. Inside the Warrington 25. And this time it's Warrington ball. Gregory keeps back inside, but he's well tackled by Sean Allen. Brett Thackeray will take this one. Shrugs pushes one man off and another, but finally tackled. This time it's Kelly. Free kick, offside. Kelly takes it quickly. Inside to Tamati. Tamati is brought down. This time it's Andy Gregory. Back to Bob Jackson. Jackson looking for the gap, but it's brought down by Peter Gawley. This time with Paul Cullen acting half-back. Once again to Gregory. Looks inside, but he's buckled up. This time it's Gawley. And a chance here, Mark Elia. But Paul Cullen in the tackle. St Helens back in possession. Dave Harrison. Swinging it across now, St Helens, nice pass out. Phil Beavers up in the attack. Brett French out to Barry Ledger. Barry Ledger goes past one man, he's going for the corner. And a great tackle by Brian Johnson. Great tackle by Brian Johnson, great covering play. Barry Ledger seems to be going in the corner. Brian Johnson came over. And a try-saving tackle. But once again, scrum down in the Warrington 25. Also the play been in the Warrington 25 in the last 10 minutes as Gregory feeds Warrington ball. Gummies Gregory as he goes forward. 2 men on him, still with the ball. This time it's Kelly to Hodson. Tony Hodson going forward. This time it's Gregory to Kelly to McGinty. McGinty goes well tackled by Brett French. Kelly once again acting half-back. Goes himself. Makes a couple of yards to his own 25. This time it's Gregory to Jackson. Jackson's tackle, this is a 6th tackle. This time it's Gregory, back to Carbett. Carbett with the kick ahead. Barry Ledger will take this one. Goes forward, but Phil Blake hasn't tackled well. St Helens though coming forward now. Nice run. St Helens this time Farber. Gets it out to Elia. Elia once again, Paul Cullen in the tackle once again. Play well in defence today, Paul Cullen. This time it's Bernard Dwyer, but Gregory's in the tackle. Dave Addison sends it right. Sending it across the line, Beavers. Once again, Brett French. Brett French, nice dummies away. French going to the line, Johnson's with him. Once again, a great tackle through. Rick Thackeray and Johnson. This is a 6th tackle, St Helens though. Great covering play there from Johnson and Thackeray. As they swing it across the line once again, they drop the ball. Now it's the turnover. Gregory taking his time with this one. Kelly. Go himself. Out to Paul Cullen. But Paul Cullen can't make much ground. Mark Elia. And tackle once again. Kelly will take this one to Tamati. Tamati, this 4 on in pushing him into touch, but Tamati still stays on his feet. This time it's Carbett to Gregory. Gregory coming inside, but Peters has him covered. Curating the crowd at the moment, referee Allard. This time it's Tamati coming forward. This is the 6th tackle. This time it'll be Gregory. Back to Carbett. Carbett goes straight, still going, shoves off one man, cuts back inside. That's 6 tackles. And the turnover. St Helens, Sean Allen. Coming back inside, Bernard Dwyer. So once again, Warrington tackling well. 10 minutes to go. This time it's Gawley. Once again, good tackling. Bob Jackson and Mark Roberts. Sending it left once more, St Helens. Bill Beavers in attack. And this time Paul Cullen bounces on the loose ball. And Warrington in possession once more, Hodson to Gregory. Out to Bob Jackson. Jackson goes forward. Makes it also to the halfway line.
There's a line for you there, Alex.
This time it's Kelly to Roberts. Roberts can't hold it though, and Peter Gawley shoots the ball this time for St Helens. St Helens. Gets across the line, break here by Paul Ford, but once again Cullen in the tackle with Gregory. This time it's Peters. Peters straightens up, gets the ball out to Brett French. He knocks on, and offside. And Warrington have possession. Free kick.
What's he doing?
And he gives 10 yards against where Dwight had been offside. Tamty goes forward this time. This time it'll be Gregory. Gregory goes blind side, looks for the gap, won't get halfway line, drifts inside. Good attack by Phil Beavis, but Warrington now into the St Helens 25. This time it's Phil Blake. Out to Mark Roberts. Mark Roberts is well tackled, 3 St Helens players. This time it'll be Kelly acting halfback. Into McGinty. Halfway in the St Helens 25, this time it's Gregory. But Gregory can't hold it. And St Helens retrieve the ball. Paul Forber. Got a good tackle from Tony Hodgson. This time it's Goalie. But he's well tackled by Billy McGinty with the assistance of Hodgson. This time it's Ganinki. This game goes left this time with Sean Allen. Sean Allen, but once again well tackled this time Bob Jackson. Goes left, Thorber. Inside to Wheeler. But there's no way through. Good tackling there from Warrington. 6th tackle this time for St Helens.
And the man of the match this week, ladies and gentlemen, selected by the...
It's a long kick, but Brian Carter takes it.
Mr. Rue and his friends have selected Andy Gregory, the Warrington scrum half, as man of the match today.
And the announcer just announcing that Andy Gregory receives the man of the match award. Once again, 100% performance to Phil Blake, looking for the gap. He breaks 2 tackles. Phil Blake with the kick ahead. He's going for it. Phil Blake's away. He's got Brian Johnson, but Phil Blake's going. Phil Blake with the kick ahead. He's going to score a great try. A great saving kick there from Barry Ledger. But once again, Phil Blake with that kick ahead there, producing another try. Great play. And a saving kick there from Brian Ledger saves in as Johnson and Blake went for the try. This time it'll be Jackson. Jackson going straight forward. Crunching tackles, he was going full burst. Warrington now. On the attack with Kelly. Kelly to McGinty. McGinty creates one tackle, just slips as he was going through. This time it'll be Ken Kelly. Out to Gregory. Gregory dummies, looking for the support. Out to Hodgson. Warrington now pressing there. As it's to Phil Blake. Phil Blake gets the pass out to Kelly. But Kelly's well tackled. And loses the ball. To Phil Beavers. To Helens. Bernard Dwyer. Well tackled by Paul Cullen and Mark Roberts. Helens then struggling to get out of their own 25 as Sean Allen comes forward, but another good tackle by Bob Jackson. This time it's Peters. Out to Granenke, but Paul Cullen, another good tackle. This time it'll be Russ Conlon to Forber. Forber, but he can't get past Bob Jackson. And this is the 6th tackle, so Helens done out their own 25. He's going back to Garley. And Garley tries a kick. At bottom, in fact, Ken Kelly is underneath it, lets it bounce, and it comes into the hands of Brian Johnson. Brian Johnson gets past one man, looking for the gap. Brian Johnson to go out to Ken Kelly. Ken Kelly cuts inside. Inside now goes Rick Thackeray. But Rick Thackeray is finally brought down by Barry Ledger. St Helens get the ball, and in fact it's a free kick. As we move into the last 5 minutes of the game. Warrington 20, St Helens 10, and Warrington once again pressing on that St Helens line. And now we've got 2 balls on the pitch. Ben McGinty will kick one off, so Warrington now will tap again. Gregory. It's out there to Rick Thackeray. Nice pass out. Thackeray going in. Brought down. Warrington now on the attack. This time it's Gregory to Kelly. Back to Gregory. Gregory looking inside to Roberts. Mark Roberts going through, didn't even have the ball. He was tackled, gives a free kick. Warrington tap it, Kelly to Phil Blake. Phil Blake goes back inside, gets the ball out to Gregory. Gregory, nice pass out to Mark Roberts. Mark Roberts goes through. This time it's Kelly. Nice pass out to Tamati. Tamati just can't get the ball out. Hodson this time goes himself. That's one man off. Hodson still going. Great try. Sorry, Hodson. Absolutely deserved try there from Tony Hodson. And that surely now finishes the game for St Helens. Try once again, virtually on the final whistle. Applause for the main staff, Tony Hodson on that try. So Brian Carbett will take this one as Andy Gregory holds. Right-footed. And straight through the middle. And Brian Carbett shots up his 5th goal of the afternoon and makes the score Warrington 26 and Helens 10. St Helens then to restart with Phil Vevers. Long kick, Carbett takes it, well juggles, stumbles, but still takes it. Goes forward before he's tackled. This time it's Bill McGinty. Gregory, out to Mark Roberts. Mark Roberts, great run, makes good ground before he's finally taken down by Gawley. Once again it be Andy Gregory. To Kelly. Kelly with the kick ahead and retrieves the ball, 6 more tackles. Once again it's Gregory to Tamati. Tamati makes it to the halfway line and into the St Helens half. Once again Gregory. Jackson to Kelly. This time it's McGinty. McGinty, high tackle there. And yes, calling over. Number 8, Gary Granenke. For that high tackle. On Kevin Tomati. And Gary Granenke will go into the referee's notebook along with Alan Rathbone, who then left the field. As Brian Carbett meanwhile puts it into touch, but Alec will bring play back. As Ken Kelly heads the ball on. Referee tries a back heel, as it finally reaches Brian Carbett. And he puts it into touch. As we move into injury time in this first division match, Cullen will take it to Kelly, to Gregory, to Jackson. Jackson to Hodson, to Gregory. Gregory dummies inside to McGinty. Still going, good run by Ben McGinty. This time it's Gregory to Kelly. Long pass out, and it's intercepted by Mark Elia. Mark Elia, Phil Blake's after him, but Mark Elia is going on the full edge of the field. Mark Elia, Phil Blake's after him. And it's a good try from Mark Elia. Good interception try, Phil Blake trying a last ditch dive. But it wasn't enough, and Mark Elia injured himself as he went over. A consolation try there virtually. So Ross Conlon. Easy kick. Makes the score 1-26 at Helens 16. And there goes the final hooter. Warrington winning a tough hard match in the end by 26 points to 16. Their tries coming from Phil Blake, Rick Thackeray, Tony Hodson and Mark Roberts. Ryan Carbett scored 5 goals. St Helens a late try from Mark Elia. Ross Conlon scored 2 tries and 2 goals. And the final score, Warrington 26, St Helens 16.